Well, this one is certainly bigger than what I'm used to, but it is a Lionel. This is one of the Lionel G scales. I guess today's video is going to be about some G scale Lionels. So this G scale Lionel Santa Fe 5104. I picked this up at a train show not too long ago. So the first thing I want to kind of point out is there was a lot of kits in the G scale Lionel series that utilized this body. This one, I've seen it on eBay quite a few times in a few different configurations, as Santa Fe, as a Pennsylvania, and as a New York Central. There's a version of this that's slightly bit bigger that has a front truck on it. This one here has got this neat little custom feature that someone has made, and it's actually a smoke unit that runs off of a 9-volt battery and is controlled by this little switch here. Conveniently wired in the back here. There's the little tab for it. It is a neat little thing that someone's done. So as I said, we got a G-scale Lionel here. Clearly this isn't post-war. We're going to stray a little bit away from the post-war theme for an episode here. This one, I'm not sure what year this one is. It's not dated. It's probably like a 90s. I don't know. If you know, you can type it in the comments, but I'm guessing it's around 90s, something like that. But it was a cheap find at the train show, and my kiddo loves this thing. We got some track for it as well, and I'll show you that after we get everything set up. So just for the sake of the video, I took the shell off of this thing, and all it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of these screws in the bottom, and off comes the shell. I'm not going to take the whole thing apart. I'm not going to pop the wheels off and all of that stuff, just to kind of show you guys. It's one of these drum canister type motors in here, driving the gears directly right on the shaft of the wheels, and that's kind of the power plant of the whole thing. Pretty basic. The extra wiring that's going on in here is all for the custom smoke unit that's been hooked up. So just kind of giving it a check over while we're in here. Looks like I could throw a little bit of grease on these gears. Might as well, since it's off. I'll just quickly hit it with some of this automotive bearing grease. There, give it a shot there. Give it a shot there. Like I said, this one is definitely more of a toy for the kiddo. I'm not, you know, I want it to run. I want it to work, obviously, for him so that he can enjoy it. But I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time on this one. Line up the screw holes. And we'll just put it back down. We'll put these weights back in. I think the long one went to the back. Just push the wires out of the way. And it was these really, really large screws that were doing the trick back here. So let's put the front clip back on. So that's this here. This all came off in one piece. I'm thinking these wheels, not the wheels, the arms. I'm thinking these driver arms. I saw a picture of one where it looks like this is actually flipped around. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that first. It's in, it's on, that's good. Let's put the front clip back on. That's all back in together. Yes, yes, yes. And let's put this all back. Sure we get all the wires tucked in there. We got a pinched wire there. We don't want that. No pinched wires. Oh, that's under the plate. Of course it's under the plate. Okay, let's back to where we were. We got all the wires unpinched. We're going to tuck everything up into the shell here. Drop the shell onto the frame. That was a good snap, meaning everything snapped back into place. So I'll take that washer and the the final screw. There we go. So this is all back together now. Now we can throw it back on the track and see what it does. So we'll see you guys over on the test track. So one of the reasons that I got into this scale in the first place was I had gone through a couple train shows, saw some of the G scales there. The prices weren't too bad for some of the stuff. I could tell they were more of the toys. They weren't the LGBs or the Picos or whatever the other brands are for the G scales, the popular brands. But the big catalyst for me was finding this box. So this box here was sitting at one of the tables at one of the shows I had attended, and it is filled with Lionel G scale track. And I saw it originally, looked at it and thought, hey, that's a lot of track. And then the guy said to me, he goes, how much you want to give me for this box? And at the time, I didn't have any G scale, and I thought, nothing really, I'm not interested. And he said, how about 25 bucks? I ended up grabbing all the track, obviously, for $25. I found the red Santa Fe at another train show, and let's put them all together and see what we got. So this is the very basic layout that I have set up for my G-scale locomotives. All of these were pieces that I'd found at various train shows over the course of about a year and a half. Didn't spend a lot on this hobby. Didn't need to. Wanted to have fun with it, see what I could get for a few bucks. So as I'd said, the track I picked up for 25 bucks for that large box I showed you. This locomotive I got for 40, and I know he runs now. This Annie car from a Thomas set. I think this was 5 bucks. I found it at a thrift store. This yellow car here was 10 bucks. Some guy just had a bunch of this stuff. Most of it broken, but just trying to get rid of it. And that caboose was another 10 bucks. Caboose are everywhere for the G scales. It's like the most common car. It's the most common car for O gauge as well. So anyways, this whole setup here, including all of that other track that I got, not a lot of money. And then of course I have the controller. This thing was 30 bucks for this. So not a lot of money spent on this setup, but definitely a whole lot of fun. Definitely worth it. I know you can find pieces at thrift stores in the States too. I'm sure it's probably a lot more plentiful than it is here in Canada. But anyways, so I'm very happy with this little layout that we've got. And let's fire it up and get them running around the track. So that's this episode. Still a Lionel. Still has the badge on it there. If we can focus. Camera. You think you can focus on that? There we go. Still got the L badge on there, showing that it's a Lionel. Just a little bit, something a little bit different. And I know my engineer helper really likes these. Don't you like the G scale?
Yeah.
Are they a lot of fun to watch go around?
Yeah.
Especially when you could put other things in them, like your food and potato chips and chocolate bars.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
And at the train show, there was this. We always watched this one, but except he was green.
That's right. And he was one of the Pico brands, I think. So, once again, thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in, hitting the like, hitting the subscribe, doing all the YouTube things that you normally do to help support the channel. And we'll see you on the next video. Wonder what scale the next one will be. Maybe HO. What do you think, dude?
Yeah.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.